Imagine sitting down to work. You open your laptop. 5 minutes later, you're checking your phone. 10 minutes later, you're scrolling social media. Then an email pops up, a notification, a message. 2 hours pass. And somehow, you've accomplished almost nothing. Sound familiar? We live in the most distracted time in human history. Our attention is constantly being pulled in every direction. But here's the surprising truth. While most people are drowning in distraction, a small group of people are developing a rare and powerful skill that allows them to achieve extraordinary success. This skill is called deep work. In his best-selling book, Deep Work, productivity expert Cal Newport explains how the ability to focus without distraction is becoming the superpower of the 21st century. And the best part? Anyone can learn it. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the key ideas from this book and how mastering deep work can transform your productivity, your career, and your life. Part 1. What is deep work? First, let's define what deep work actually is. Cal Newport describes deep work as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. This means working with total concentration on something important. Examples include writing a book, coding complex software, studying difficult concepts, designing a product, solving hard problems. Deep work pushes your brain to its limit, and that's exactly why it creates so much value. But there's an opposite type of work that dominates most people's days. Newport calls it shallow work. Shallow work includes tasks like checking emails, attending unnecessary meetings, scrolling social media, replying to messages, doing repetitive administrative tasks. These activities are easy, quick, and often done while distracted. The problem? Shallow work feels productive, but it rarely creates meaningful results. And unfortunately, modern workplaces are built around shallow work. Part 2. The deep work. Advantage. Here's the key insight from the book. In today's economy, the ability to perform deep work is extremely valuable and extremely rare. Why? Because technology has made distraction incredibly easy. Think about it. Your phone alone can deliver emails, notifications, social media, news, messages, videos, games, all fighting for your attention every minute of the day. Most people spend their time jumping from task to task in a constant state of partial attention. But deep workers do something different. They eliminate distractions and focus intensely on one important thing at a time. This allows them to produce work that is higher quality, faster, more creative, more valuable. In other words, deep work creates extraordinary results, and history is full of examples. Part 3. Famous deep workers. Many of the world's most successful people relied on deep work. For example, author J.K. Rowling finished the final Harry Potter book by isolating herself in a hotel to escape distractions. Billionaire Bill Gates became famous for his Think Weeks, where he would completely disconnect from the world and spend days reading and thinking deeply. And legendary investor Warren Buffett spends most of his day reading and thinking in quiet focus. These individuals understand something powerful. Great achievements require uninterrupted concentration. But deep work doesn't just apply to famous geniuses. It applies to anyone who wants to produce meaningful results. Part 4. Why deep work is so hard today. If deep work is so valuable, why do so few people practice it? Cal Newport explains that modern culture actually encourages distraction. Many workplaces reward people for being always available, constantly responsive, busy with communication. People feel pressured to answer emails immediately. They jump between tasks all day, and they mistake activity for productivity. But switching tasks constantly has a hidden cost. Studies show that every time you switch tasks, your brain takes several minutes to refocus. This is called attention residue. Part of your mind stays stuck on the previous task, which means your focus becomes weaker and weaker throughout the day. Deep work eliminates this problem by allowing your brain to fully immerse in one task. And when that happens, something incredible occurs. Part 5. The flow state. When you focus deeply for extended periods, you enter a mental state called flow. Flow is when time disappears. Your concentration becomes effortless. Your mind operates at peak performance. Athletes experience flow during intense competition. Artists feel it while creating. Programmers feel it while solving complex problems. And during flow, your brain performs at its absolute best. Deep work is essentially the gateway to this powerful mental state, which means practicing deep work doesn't just make you productive, it also makes work more enjoyable and fulfilling. Part 6. Rule number 1. Work deeply. Cal Newport provides 4 rules for developing deep work. The first rule is simple: work deeply. But deep work doesn't happen automatically. You must design your life to support it. Newport suggests creating rituals around deep work. This includes deciding where you will work, how long you will focus, what distractions you will eliminate. For example, you might decide that every morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., you will work in complete silence on your most important task. No phone, no email, no social media, just pure focus. These rituals train your brain to enter deep work faster. Part 7. Rule number 2. Embrace boredom. One surprising idea from the book is that boredom is actually good for your brain. Today, the moment we feel bored, we grab our phones, we check social media, we look for instant entertainment. But this constant stimulation trains our brains to avoid focus. Deep work requires the opposite skill. It requires the ability to stay focused even when things feel difficult or boring. Newport suggests practicing this by occasionally resisting distractions. For example, if you're waiting in line or riding the bus, don't check your phone. Just think. Let your mind be quiet. This strengthens your brain's ability to concentrate for long periods. Part 8. Rule number 3. Quit social media. This might be the most controversial idea in the book. Cal Newport argues that most social media platforms provide very little real value, yet they consume huge amounts of our time and attention. Instead of automatically using every social platform, Newport suggests a simple test. Ask yourself, does this tool significantly support something that I deeply value? If the answer is no, consider eliminating it. Many people fear they'll miss out. But in reality, removing unnecessary digital distractions often creates massive gains in focus and productivity. Remember, every minute spent scrolling is a minute not spent creating something meaningful. Part 9. Rule number 4. Drain the shallow work. The final rule is to reduce shallow work as much as possible. This means becoming more intentional with how you spend your time. Here are a few strategies from the book. 1. Schedule your entire day. Plan blocks of time for specific tasks. This prevents your day from being taken over by distractions. 2. Set limits on shallow work. For example, you might decide to check email only twice a day. 3. Focus on high-impact tasks. Ask yourself, what work actually produces the most value? Then dedicate your best focus to those activities. The goal isn't to eliminate shallow work completely, but to make sure it doesn't dominate your day. Part 10. A new way to work. Imagine what your life could look like if you practice deep work consistently. instead of constant distractions, endless notifications, busy but unproductive days. You would experience clear focus, faster progress, higher quality work, more meaningful achievements. Deep work allows you to accomplish in 3 hours what others struggle to do in an entire day. And over months and years, those focused hours compound into extraordinary results. Conclusion: the superpower of the future. In a world addicted to distraction, the ability to focus deeply is becoming increasingly rare. But that rarity is exactly what makes it powerful. Cal Newport's message is simple. Those who cultivate deep work will thrive in the modern economy. Those who don't will struggle to keep up. The good news? Deep work isn't a talent you're born with. It's a skill you can train. Start small. Turn off notifications. Schedule focused time. Protect your attention like it's your most valuable resource, because in many ways, it is. And remember this powerful idea from the book: a meaningful life is built on meaningful work. So choose focus, choose depth, and start creating the kind of work that truly matters. If you enjoyed this summary, consider subscribing for more powerful book insights that can transform your life. And until next time, stay focused.